this is TJ with Robinhood Coins, and this week we have 4 boxes of quarters. We have not opened them up, so we are going to check to see if we have uncirculated quarters, because if we do, hopefully we have some 2020 West points. So let's crack into this one first, and let's see if we have another silver ender like last week. That was really cool. And I do not see any. This is the type of box that I usually get uncirculated coins in the few times that I get them. So let's check it out. It's a little alarming that it says 4, I think that's 4-1, because that's before they were released. And it does not look like we have uncirculated coins. We did get uncirculated quarters in a box like this, but it was from Oklahoma City, and I've only picked up quarters from there once. These are from the Dallas area. So we shall see. And they look to be circulated. Let's get into the final box. Looks like my little helper is gonna... There you go. All right, so let's check this one right here. And it looks like we have more circulated coins. All right, well, we did not have any uncirculated quarters, but that's okay, because hopefully we find some West Points, silver quarters like last week. That was great. And something really good for the Robinhood Coins giveaway for this video. As always, we give away something from the hunt, and in order to enter the giveaway, all you have to do is comment on this video, and we'll use a random comment picker on our weekly Saturday winners video to pick the winner. You ready to get into these rolls, little helper?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to start with this box right here.
We are on roll number 16, and my dad thinks he found a silver. Can you see it, guys?
That's it right there. Look at that. Let's see if we have a silver. My little helper wanted to pull it out and check it out.
A 1962.
That is great.
Let's see if there's a mint mark. Denver.
Good job. You know where the mint mark is at and everything. That is awesome. Let's see if we can find some more.
Yeah.
Well, after that silver quarter, it really went dry. We are all done with box number 1. There's the discards. And that is the only find of the box, that 1962 Denver that me and my little helper found. That was really cool, very exciting. The first probably 40 or 50 boxes that we went through, we found very few silver. We've gotten really lucky lately. We also had a couple really nice AU type state quarters that I'll set aside to see if those upgrade my collection. And now it's time to crack in a box number 2 and hopefully keep the silver streak alive. Hopefully, maybe we can even get some West Points. Let's get in there and find out. I'm working on roll 37 of box number 2, and look at this. I think this might be a dryer coin, or maybe it just looks a little interesting. It almost looks like the edge over here, what was folded in. If you see that little lip right there, like right here, looks like it was folded in right there. But this whole thing is smooth. The edges are rounded on that side. You can see pretty well that's all rounded on this side, but not so much on that side. Really interesting. I always find it interesting when I find these kind of coins and like just wondering what happened to this thing. Well, unfortunately, box number 2 was a skunk box. We didn't have any silver, West Points, or proofs to speak of. We did get a couple of really nice looking state quarters to add to the pile, but The good part is we still have 2 more boxes to go. So let's crack into box number 3 and hopefully we can get another silver. We are on roll number 33 of box 3 and we have a San Francisco mint. I think it's an NIFC. Let's check it out together. Here we go. It looks like it's an NIFC. There's no frosting, but there is the San Francisco mint mark right there. And it's a Great Basin. All right, we'll have to check our S mint marks to see if we have the Great Basin, but it does not sound familiar. I know we have a whole roll of Ozark Riverways. That is really cool, and it's not in horrible shape either. It's got some dings and scratches, but not bad. That is awesome. We finally have another good find. Well, box number 3 is down, and we did get a couple 2019 Philadelphias that were in pretty nice shape. I set those aside because I don't get them very often, and so I just want to make sure I have the best of the best for my collection. And we had that San Francisco Great Basin NIFC. So not a whole lot of finds, as you can see over this first 3 boxes. We had the silver, the NIFC, and that's it. That is why we hunt 4 boxes at a time, and we still have 1 more box to go. We've been averaging about 1 West Point every 4 boxes, so hopefully this has a West Point. For that matter, hopefully it has a silver and a bunch of other great stuff in it as well, but at least a West Point. So let's get into this box and find out. I'm on roll number 50, and I was looking for some last roll luck, and it doesn't look like we're going to get it. But I did come across this really heavily toned, I think it's toned, it could just be dirty, but just an interesting looking Oklahoma state quarter. Figured I'd share that. And then we also had several rolls ago, this really nice condition 1981 Denver. It's rough when that is all I have to show for a box. We're going to finish this up and then we'll jump into looking for varieties. We are all done going through the rolls, and now it's time for the second hunt where we look for errors and varieties. We're going to be looking through the 1976 Denvers for the DDO. We'll be looking through the Minnesota State Quarters from Philadelphia for the extra tree or doubling on the rocks. Kansas State Quarters from Philadelphia for the Engadwi rust. Alaska State Quarters from Philadelphia for the extra claw. South Carolina Philadelphia quarters for the extra branch. Really hoping to find that one of these days. And always looking for the spitting horse example of the Delaware State Quarter from Philadelphia. So we'll get into these and let you know if we find anything. I was going through the Alaska State Quarters from Philadelphia, and we found several that had this die crack that causes the extra metal to be right there in between the bottom 2 claws. And it's pretty common. I don't save these anymore. One thing I did find that was a little interesting was this one right here that had a bunch of extra metal down here in between these claws. But this has so much post-mint damage, it looks like a lot of it is smeared. So I don't think this one is collectible at all. It would have been interesting to see this one before all the post-mint damage. Here is the South Carolina State Quarter minted in Philadelphia, and this is not a variety, but I've been looking for this very heavily. The variety on this coin has a extra piece of metal right here that looks like an extra branch. I use a Strike It Rich with Pocket Change as probably my go-to variety resource. And the picture in that book looks really like it was intended to be there. So I'm really hoping to find that one someday. Didn't find it here though. I did find this Kansas State Quarter with a weak strike on the T in God We Trust. As you can see here, the T is a very weak strike, but none of the other letters are impacted, and that's caused by grease being in the die. And here's just an example of what it would look like if it had a cleaner strike. And you can see that the T just looked the same clean strike as the rest of it. This is not the best example here with this one, but it is a faint version of that variety. So we are all done looking through those variety years, and now it's time for the overall wrap up. Well, first off, we did find silver. That is great. We found this 1962 Denver right here, and we have been on a hot streak with silver. The last 7 boxes have produced 5 silver, which is crazy because even after that, that only brings our average down to 1 silver every 5 boxes. And before that, it was even worse. So it is really hard to find silver. We've just been lucky recently, but our luck on the W's seems to have ran out because we didn't get any West points out of these 4 boxes. We did have this weird looking dryer coin that I wanted to share. Just interesting. We did have a San Francisco NIFC, not a proof. Great Basin 2013. Always cool to find those. A lot of those are under 2 million minted. And then we had a really nice looking 1981 Philadelphia. Set that aside just to see if it upgrades my collection. And then we had this one right here that was really toned. And we did save some really nice looking states like this Minnesota. We'll see if that upgrades our collection or not, or maybe one of the girls' collections. And then I saved a couple of the nicer condition, like this Mount Hood. I do not have very many Mount Hoods, and although this isn't in great condition, it is in better condition than several of the ones that I have. These are pretty low mintage for compared to the years around them. And like this 2009 Puerto Rico, pretty nice shape. I don't save every single 2009 that I come across, but the nicer ones I do. Not a ton of finds, but still we did find silver, so it was a good hunt overall. Well, I went ahead and checked my collection, and we do already have the 1962 Denver. So we're going to go ahead and give this one away that we found during this hunt as the Robinhood Coins giveaway for this video. As always, to enter the giveaway, just comment on this video and we'll use a random comment picker on our weekly Saturday winners video to pick the winner. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video as much as we enjoyed the hunt. It was a lot of fun. If so, smash that like button, and if you like our content, hit subscribe, and don't forget to ring the notification bell so you don't miss any giveaways or videos, and we will see you on the next hunt.